does help if I switch this one up. Good evening, everybody. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. It's just gone 19:30 hours, 7:30 p.m. It is now Wednesday night, so it's another VK4BAD bad net. This net is held every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m, 19:30 hours. You require a 91.5 access tone to access the repeater. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. I'll now change my call sign to the club call of VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. This is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta. At the present time there, we'll give you a rundown on the weather. It is 22.6 degrees outside, 39% humidity, 0.7 wind speed, and it was a nice day today, blue sky, sunshine, and in the low 30s. Okay, this is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta. Now listening for any call-ins. Please call in VK4BAD.
K4 Mike Echo Echo, good evening Gary.
VK4 Mike Victor. VK4 IJP.
Okay, nice little turnout for a time being. We've got VK4 Mike Echo Echo Eric, VK4 Mike Victor L, and VK4 IJP. This is VK4 BAD. Listening for any more?
VK4 HR.
Okay, we've got VK4HRL. Good evening there, Russell. I know we won't be having VK4FAX. He's got a plumbers meeting to go to tonight. Okay, VK4BAD. Any more want to call in? VK4BAD listening? Okay, no one at the present time. And I would say good evening to all the shortwave listeners. And once again, we are going live on Dippy TV. So good evening to who's watching the live broadcast. Or the recorded one afterwards. Hi. Anyway, with that lot there, I like to thank Jake for taking last week's net. Even though I did have Don lined up as well, but it's good to hear. Jake come in and take the net where I was busy having a bit of a talk to the guys, the scouts in Chinchilla. I will be this weekend. I'll be on HF 40 meters on 7.090 is the calling frequency for Jota Jotai weekend. So I'll be listening on there with some scouts and cubs and guides, and I don't know if they got brownies, but I assume they still have brownies. But anyway, we'll have the scouting movement there. I was informed tonight. Please stand by. Okay, VK4BAD returning. Okay, we will be running 10 or 11 people at a time. There's going to be 6 1-hour sessions for what and as I said, there'll be 10 in that group. So depending on how it goes through, I will also be on 146.950, the wide area networks repeater. Won't be on ours. I will also be on Echolink. I am using the this weekend coming as I am using this weekend's event as a shakedown on the new radios and the Echolink system. The call sign I'll be utilising at that time will be VK4BAD for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club on voice, so that means on HF and VHF voice. Echolink, it will be going under the call sign of VK4 Romeo Echo Tango, VK4RET, because it is the club's Echolink system. And this is going to be a shakedown for the Echolink, making sure that the radio is going to work with the Echolink system and all that. And once successful, I will then apply it up into mine and put it in my link cabinets, and so hopefully by next week, not this weekend, but next weekend, we should have an Echolink system on this repeater, if everything goes to plan. Okay, we've got VK4 Mike Echo Echo, Eric, VK4 Mike Victor, L, VK4 IJP, Ian, and VK4 HRL. Is there anyone else want to join the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club's Wednesday night net? Call in now, please. Okay, my radio might have timed off a little bit earlier, but does there anyone else want to join the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club? Call in now, please, before we start the first round. VK4BAD. Okay, nothing heard there at the moment. Okay, so you got a rough idea on what's happening at the present time. So, as it goes, VK4 Mike Echo Echo, you hand it on to VK4 Mike Victor L, VK4 IJP to Ian, and VK4 HRL is Russell. That's the order at the present time. VK4 Mike Echo Echo, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Go ahead there, Eric.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Gary. VK4 Mike Echo Echo there for ID there. G'day, Al, Ian, Russell. And good signal, good from your radio tonight, Gary. I remember ages ago, I can't remember now, I don't worry about time. It was sort of stuttering or banging or like a machine gun or something, but it's perfect tonight, crystal clear. But anyway, that was ages ago. You might have been mobile, I don't know. I can't remember now. I don't take any notice of what happened last week, let alone a month ago or 2 months ago. But, yeah, well, queer weather. When's it going to rain? That's a good question, isn't it? Cold nights and cold mornings and jeans on today. And yesterday I think I had shorts and got sunburnt. And tomorrow I looked at the weather chart, supposed to be 7 degrees tonight up here in the mountains, and only 23 tomorrow, so another jean day. I can't keep up with what this bloody weather's doing lately. I've got no idea. But it's dry as a lizard drinking, that's all I know, and I'm nearly out of water, and I've been waiting, this is 5, 7, 8, this will be 9th day tomorrow. He's that far behind in water. He's working at 4 in the morning until around 11 or 12 at night trying to catch up. And I think I'm still number 14 down the list or something, I think he said. Or was that yesterday he said it? I forget it. But anyway, it'll be another week before I get water by the look of it. I can't go and get it from down the farm because Neil sold the bloody tipper. And that's what we used to put the water tank on to drag it up with the bore up here. So that's the end of that. I have to pay $220 now for a load of water. But anyway, that's about all the news I've got there. I finally got, thanks for reminding me there, Russell, to get on. I normally have my meal about this time, and then I've clean forgot all about it. But I got on early there. I was watching the news, and then all of a sudden it's 7:30. I went, hell. So I run out here and switched it on. And there's nothing, and I'm waiting, and nothing. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just wait until Gary to call in. So I hung up and I walked back, and I missed something on the news, and I flicked back over to Channel 9, I think it was. No, the ABC. And it's 6:30. I must have been watching the bloody news down in New South Wales. But anyway, of whatever they do down there with their times. But anyway, all right then, VK4.
Oh, okay. I think we've got a handover there, Merrick. Thanks for that. VK4MEE, VK4MV. Yeah. Good evening all, and good to hear you, Eric. You're sounding good. And lack of water. Okay. Well, there's a trick to that. You got to sit in the bath and go over yourself with a vacuum cleaner. If you can't wet yourself, you'll still get clean. Okay. Enough of that. Yes. Evening to Ian. We had a talk earlier on about things, and I did a bit more testing on the test set, and then I started reading the manual. There's a few things I have to calculate, and a few things I can check on the board to see what's happening, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. And we might get them things working yet. So other than that, yeah, definitely dry here. And the nephew was here, and we were having a chat, and he was just about to take off, and we noticed the birds were very active out the front, halfway down the driveway a bit. So we had to look and see what it was, and there was a little wriggly on its way into my front garden bed. So it looked a bit brown, and so when he disappeared in amongst all the shrubbery there, they slackened off a bit, but I never saw him reappear, so he might still be in there. So anyway, I have to keep an eye out for him. Wasn't very big, but and doesn't matter much about what size they are. And I mentioned it to the lady next door, and she said, oh, he's lucky if he came through our yard, the dog didn't get him. Apparently it's a bit savage on things like that, so he might have to let him loose in the shrubbery out the front there and see what he can chase up. So, and that'll be the first one I've seen in the yard since I've been here, so that's all good. Anyway, that's about all from me. Other than that, everything's fine. So, over to Ian, VK4IJP, VK4MV.
Yeah.
Good evening all. Gary, thank you for looking after the net. It's a great job that you do. And g'day to Eric. Yeah, I'll give Eric a call today because I've been away, so I hadn't heard, so just to see what he's been up to. And, yeah, I'm just in the midst of writing an email to a group regarding the problem. No display. And see if there's any more information that we might be able to get back rather than just randomly mess around with some multi-turn pots. That's a bit too much up in the air for me because they're not working, then all of a sudden it could just turn into total random. My luck would be that but random means that it wouldn't work, so if it gets totally messed up, well then it would never work. That's my way of thinking. Anyway, and g'day to Russell, how are you? I was going to give you a call today too, Russell. I've got the antenna, so I was thinking about maybe coming up Friday morning if that's okay with you. I'm just going back to Gary. Yeah, the next weekend, it sounds like it's going to be busy and keep you on the toes. You might mention that HF frequency again. I might have a bit of a listen to it or so on the weekend, next weekend. But yeah, the repeater seems to be quite good tonight, but maybe we've all got good signals. I can't hear much about desensing sort of happening in the background, so who knows. But yeah, dry here, and I suppose we're lucky here. We do have town water, but I've still got a bit over 5,000 odd litres. So we've got a little bit to go, but we do use a little bit of town water, but that's probably primarily to water the plants. We keep the good water for us until I get about 1,000 litres left, then I stop using the tank water. Anyway, over to Gary, and we'll see if there's anyone else. VK4BAD in the group. This is VK. Oh, no, not to Gary. Sorry, it's to Russell. Oh, sorry, Russell. I'm trying to knock out Charlie and Charlie. Yay, Charlie and Charlie. VK4HLR, mate. This is VK4IJP in the group.
VK4GRB, thanks very much. And Gary, Ian just told you, it's Hotel Lima Romeo. Oh, excuse me. Thanks for that, mate. Forgetting me like that, good Lord, make me feel unwanted. But there you go. Yeah, well, Friday's no good for me, Ian. Friday morning I go into King Roy, do my shopping and have me breakfast there, so I don't bother to cook then. But no, nothing much this way. I got up this morning and what I do? I put my dress on and my high heels, changed my bed, went through and cleaned up everything, and vacuumed through, and yeah, when I finished, I was glad to get the high heels off. But other than that now, mate, it's been very quiet here. Very quiet. Except for the nuisance phone calls. I got to do something about that. But other than that, no, it's been quite nice. With a bit of wind up about, maybe 1 o'clock-ish. But it didn't last long. And, that's about all. But, we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's another day. This is VK4HLR with the group. And then back to VK4BAD. Your turn, Gary. Go ahead.
VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta returning. No worries there, Russell. I changed the call sign around. I'm a bit dyslexic there tonight. Hi. Okay, before we continue on to the second round, is there anyone else want to join the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club's Wednesday night net? VK4BAD listening? Okay, nothing else heard at the present time. We do have an amateur in Chinchilla at the present time. He's camped up in the show. No, he's camped out on the western side of Chinchilla. And I've forgotten his call sign and I've forgotten his name. But I was having a bit of a talk to him this afternoon there. But anyway, just a reminder to everybody that on the 18th of next month, we'll have. I hope it's the 18th. I'm pretty sure it is. The Saturday, the third Saturday of next month of November is our last meeting for the year, and so that's on the third Saturday of the month. Not our normal second Saturday of the month due to it will clash with another event. Hi. Okay, understood there, Eric, on the water situation. Yeah, I checked my. I only pump out of one tank. On the property here, and if it's the last tank on my line, and it's about half full at the present time, so I've still got 75,000 litres left. Yeah, 75,000 litres left in reserve at the moment because I've got 3 tanks which are full. I've got to actually bleed them down a bit for if we do get some rain. So I'll stand by. VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta are returning. Yeah, so I've got to. I'll fill up my tank and drain a bit out of the other tanks to leave a bit of room for filling purposes. Hi. Okay. Who asked me? Oh, Ian. Yes. HF frequency, we're utilising it as the call frequency. So once we make contact, we do have to move to another frequency to make to have a convo. But the calling frequency is 7.0 090. That's 7.090. And that's the calling frequency. We will be moving. I will probably move about 10 kcs, minimum of 10 kcs either side, so I don't interrupt anyone else. So about 7.100 or 7.080. I'll probably if either one of those is vacant, I'll hop on one of those. So I'll be either 10 kcs up or 10 kcs down, depending on once we've found have a station there. Okay, and yeah, okay there, there, Russell. Yeah, okay, putting on. So I assume you're doing home duties there today. Yeah, I got to do that tomorrow. That's on my my cards tomorrow. I got washing to do, and a few other little jobs, and put the final bits. Please stand by. Okay, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta returning. Yeah, I've still got to put some final bits and pieces in the vehicle for the weekend. I am debating to actually take a couple of cameras and set one up as a back view and one as a front view, and record some of the sessions out there. Depending, I don't know as yet on that one, but that could be on the cards as well. But then again, as I said, I'm the only one out there, and I'll be doing HF, VHF, and Echo Link. So depending on which one I'm on at the time, there. Okay, before we start the second round, second and last round, is there anyone else want to call in? VK4BAD listening? Okay, nothing heard at the present time. VK4, as I said, there won't be Don's busy tonight. He's got a meeting on with the Plumbers Association, so he's already said that to me there last night on another net. Okay, VK4, Mike Echo. Back to you there, Eric. VK4 BAD.
Yeah, VK4BAD, VK4 Mike Echo for ID. Yeah, Gary, all noted there on the Scouts. Yeah, we donated years ago, me and Artie, to the Roma Scouts, had an old 520, and we give it to them. And, yeah, I think they've still got that going there. And, yeah, well, we're on 7065 of the morning till about 8:30. And then Elaine, the early bird starts on 093, and then when the early bird finishes around 6 or so, then the coast net comes on. Elaine runs that. That goes till about, or sometimes 9 o'clock on 093. It's pretty close to 93, isn't it? But anyway, most have got good clean signals there anyway, so they won't interfere with 90. Anyway, thanks for all the information on that, Gary, there. I forgot all about that. I used to take part in it and help the kids in that, and as time moves on and I move and gone and shifted, and haven't worried about it these days there, but thanks for telling us all about it there. That'll do me for tonight there. I'll hang around to you, say goodbye there, and we'll catch all you blokes the next day there, so look after yourselves. VK4 Mike Victor, VK4 Mike Echo Echo. Hold you there, mate, over.
Yeah, VK4 Mike Echo Echo, VK4 Mike Victor. Yep, certainly, Eric. All good. Great to hear you tonight. And it was just we're all hanging out for the rain. It was actually, was it Sunday night or Monday night or something? I thought there was a noise. I didn't know whether it was leaves landing on the roof, but I went outside. There was a couple of spots on the concrete, and that was about the end of it. So it wasn't even worth mentioning. Other than that, very dry. A couple of things there, and I'll see if I can find some information on the LCD board that might come in handy. And the other thing is, you follow some of the steps in the instructions. They say look at various junction points and take measurements, and I might do that tomorrow just to fill in some information, but it'd be interesting something to come back. And the instruction does say all the answers should be in the book, you just got to find them. I'll do some step-by-steps as to what I see working on that board, on Kevin's board. So that might help us. Other than that, didn't achieve all that much other than that today. Nephew come for a visit. He's finished his 2 weeks on. So, and the guy was mowing the block in front of me between in front of my place and the road, and I heard the dogs barking, so I waved at him, and he popped up and introduced himself. And apparently he's bought the block, but he won't be building for a little while. But I'll end up with a house in front somewhere. But I think he'll keep it to the right-hand side, as closer to the trees, so that'll be a bit better for the view out my front door. So that's the changes around here. And he's a reasonably nice young bloke, not youngish, he's probably in his 30s or that's in the earth-moving business, travels around a bit, so he's probably not going to be there the whole time, but I think there's a family he's got to think about, so that's what he's putting the house in for. So anyway, over to you, Ian, VK4AJP, VK4 Mike Victor.
Thanks, Elsa. It works better when you pick up the right microphone, doesn't it? No one's really listening on 80 metres. And it's noisy as anything. It's 20 over 9. So, very, very noisy. Yet I don't think 160 metres is that noisy. It's only about 7, so very noisy on some of the HF. Yeah, I sort of read that out and a couple of other things. As I sort of said to you, I think I've read it 3 times, and then I was just sort of becoming confused about it all. So it's somewhere in there, but I'm going to have to. I read a lot better off paper than what I do off a computer screen. So I too am a little bit dyslexic. That's my reason for skipping over you, Russell. I generally have to print everything because it's easier. Well, I can read it, and I can usually get away with reading things maybe at worst 2 times, and I've generally got it. But when it's on the computer of a screen, and it's a large document, I don't know, I just can't do it. And if it's on my phone, I've got no hope. Or tablet, absolutely no hope whatsoever. I just don't know how my son reads and writes rather large return messages on his phone. And that, yeah, I just can't do it. But anyway, but yeah, okay. Yeah, but block beside us, the council has sold that, so it's going to be interesting to see who's bought that, and whether they build a house or move in, put a cardboard box on it, a couple of cardboard boxes, and live in them. That's probably becoming, I think, one of the biggest problems in this council area. The council's not doing it. I've spoken to them, and they just said, oh, they're poor people and they can't afford to build. They can't afford to build. And I'm going, man, I wish I could afford a caravan and Toyota Land Cruiser like they can. and live in little tin sheds and like tin sheds in the caravan and a carport or something over it. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's happening up everywhere. In fact, I was going to advertise. I've got another block of land I'm thinking about, so I was going to advertise it and on that to say, you know, if this council doesn't care, you can live in a caravan on it just to move it on. But anyway, councils, lack of water, yeah, same problem. Anyway, over to Russell. And again, Gary, thank you for running Vinet. VK4HLR, this is VK4IJP and the BADNet group.
VK4HLR return VK4. I picked up the right microphone, you know. I didn't make a mistake. There you go, not to worry. I did with Zach Gary to see how to go with your computer, but it's I didn't write it down, so it slipped my mind. But tomorrow, not much doing tomorrow. I just got to mop the floors in this place, and I don't think there's much else. So I probably be on the radio, and Gary made a note of that 7.090. I'll try and get on it on the weekend and see where I can help out with the kids up there and see how we go anyway. But anyway, thanks for running the net, mate, and all the rest of the crew there turning up. I appreciate that. And so with that, I'll pass it over to our illustrious leader, VK4BAD, VK4HLR.
VK4 HLR, VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo, correction, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. My apologies, wrong call sign I was using. Okay, that's what I got to look out for on Saturday as well. Anyway, it's one of those ones. Before we close the net down, is there anyone else who wants to come in and say hello, goodbye before we close the net? VK4BAD listening? Okay, nothing heard on that. So what I'll do now is I'll thank VK4 Mike Echo Echo Eric out in Maiden's Hope, I think he is. Excuse me if I've got your town wrong there, Eric. VK4 Mike Victor L in Dolby. VK4 IJP Ian in Proston. And VK4 Hotel Lima Romeo Russell in Wandai. Okay, with all that, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. I'd like to thank you all for turning up. I'll thank all the shortwave listeners and anyone who's watching this broadcast. If you like what you see on the broadcast, please subscribe to the channel. It will help. Give a like and a comment if you want to know anything else. Okay, we hold this net every Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m., 1930 hours on 146 675. My apologies, I got the frequency wrong. So that's 146 675. Every Wednesday evening at 1930 hours, 7:30 p.m. You require a 91.5 access tone to operate through the repeater, and until the same time next week, when I'll give you a report on how the event on the weekend will go or went. Okay, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. Until then, I will change my call sign back to my home call of VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. And I'll now leave the frequency open for general traffic. Until the same time next week, 7-3, and we'll catch you again. VK4GRB out.
Gary.
Thank you, Gary. Good job.
This race, we're gone.